Shabbat Shalom and Chag Sameach. This Friday and Saturday, we conclude the festival of Passover. And on Friday morning, we're going to be reading the dramatic story of the Israelites crossing the Red Sea with the Egyptian army close behind them. And fortunately for the Israelites, they escape while the Egyptian army is destroyed. And that means ultimately that the Israelites are finally free from the clutches of the Egyptians and the Pharaoh. In response, they are joyfully sing the song Mi Chamocha Ba'elim Adonai, who is like you, God, amongst the mighty, which is a song we sing now twice a day, every day, as part of our prayer services. It was that dramatic moment when we were finally free. It reminds us of the importance of freedom, the importance of God's presence in our lives, and throughout the thousands of years of our history, God's presence among the Jewish people. But I wanted to focus for a minute on a couple of verses that occurred just before they crossed the Red Sea, where the Torah describes that God guides the Israelites as they left Egypt with a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. And it's interesting because our Friedman Levitt sanctuary is decorated in stained glass with the pillar of cloud and the pillar of fire. And I wondered why, of all the different possible artistic motifs to choose from, did the artist who designed the Friedman Levitt sanctuary decide to put the pillar of fire and the pillar of smoke in front of our faces, basically, on either side of the Ark of the Covenant, where we store our Torah scrolls, the Holy Ark, in our sanctuary? Why were they so prominently placed in front of us? And above that ark, of course, is the Ten Commandments. What was the artist thinking when he put these pillars of cloud and fire as part of the central decorations of the sanctuary? And I think one possible answer that I thought of for why he chose to do that was because the Ten Commandments represents the guide, the way of life that God entrusted us with to guide us to create a wonderful society, a society that is ethical and moral, that tries to do what is right and good in the world, that tries to help the world become a better place. The Ten Commandments sort of are the archetype of all the other commandments that we received, which together make the halakha, the way of life that Jewish people follow. But the pillar of smoke and the pillar of fire are similar guides of the Israelites. They guided the Israelites through the wilderness on their journeys so that they would be safe, so that they would achieve their destination and their goal. And so perhaps the pillar of smoke and fire represent another form of Ten Commandments, another guide that God has given us, so that we can travel through the journey of life safely and successfully and achieve our goals and aspirations. So as we look at those pillars this Shabbat and read the Song of the Sea, let's remind ourselves of God's presence in our lives, individually, as family, as a community, and as a people throughout the centuries, trying to be guided by God's good designs for creating a beautiful society. I wish you a Shabbat Shalom and a Chag Sameach.